Chris Werland is away, so she asked me to run the meeting tonight since I'm the new vice president. And so as the vice president, I'm calling the Medic 400 board meeting to order at 6:30 on September 18th, 2025. Roll call, please.
Christy Nerd.
Mark Calvert.
Chris Williams.
Ray Denny.
There you go.
So minutes from the last meeting. Has everybody reviewed? Do I have a motion to approve? Or are there any discussion?
Well, under old business, we don't have under like Christine nominated Chris for president. We don't have the second there. Nor do we have where Chris nominated Ray a second there. And I think we need to have that.
Yeah, we do.
We do. That you do.
We do. So
The reason those weren't there is because during the meeting, it wasn't said loud enough. And watching the YouTube, I love the post office. You still can make out things so fun.
That had to be exciting for you.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just see if maybe.
Chris,
Yeah.
So if you
I don't recall. And I don't have down.
well, what we could do is we can table the minutes till next week. Is there any other, is there any corrections or to the minutes?
That was the only thing that I had seen.
Chris,
I have nothing.
Mark,
Nothing.
is there a motion to table the minutes from the last meeting until October?
Yep, I move we table the minutes till the October meeting.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Approved. We'll table this to next month. The agenda for this meeting on September 18th. Are there any additions to the existing agenda?
I would like to add community activities to new business
Okay,
that Dave and I are working on.
anything else? Motion to approve the agenda.
Question though.
Go ahead, Mark.
Are those activities for the medic board meeting or because they involve Dave, or are they for the fire board meeting?
Well, if you guys will allow me to talk at the fire board.
The only other change on the agenda that I would recommend, and I've noticed this the last few meetings, we have the chief's report still on there. And from what I've seen, about 90% of the chief's report is for the fire board, not the medic board. And so it gets talked about in the medic board, doesn't get talked about in the fire board. And so I think we need to have that clear distinction between the medic board and the fire board and where that information is given, especially if it's fire board specific information, it shouldn't be presented in the medic board meeting. So we have the health administrator's report, which should be for the medic board meeting. But I think the chief's report should be postponed until the fire board meeting.
Christine, do you still want to do your community activities in this agenda?
Yes.
Okay. And I also have an addendum to remove the chief's report. And go ahead and just hear that report in the second in the fire board meeting.
So is there a place here for Andy's?
Yeah, I mean, I would think, I'm surprised it's not on here.
I think it should be in replacing the chief's report.
Yes.
With health administrator.
Mhm.
Okay, so I have two additions. One is to add community activities. Two is delete the chief's report and add the health administrator. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
I would make that motion.
And I'll second it.
Okay, motion by Mark, second by Christine. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Treasurer's report.
The, the only question I had was about, there was some writing in pen, a deduction of some sort and some circling, just, it's really on the EUFR P&L by class and it is in the medic line. Just curious what that,
I sent you a revised one
okay,
that eliminates all. What that is the premium for health insurance has been added in. And Kathy finally said, hey, I can get rid of that because our voter is causing a problem. It increased, it's just like the same as last month. It increased the amount that you supposedly owe on the IG. That's why it's subtracted. You didn't get the revised one that I sent,
when did you send it?
probably yesterday.
I probably haven't.
Would you like a copy?
Sure. So
So that's all.
health insurance premium should be in there. So,
Because the individual people are listed. Perhaps not on your report, but if you go into other reports, the individual people are listed, so there was the double.
okay. That's all I had.
I saw that too, Case. What would you like to do? Are you good with that?
I'm good at explanations, so.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the treasurer's report?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the treasurer's report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Joanne.
No,
Yeah, thank you, Joanne. Sorry, let me get this stuff down. Okay, payment of bills. I
Oh, sorry, I
know
didn't.
them.
Did you? Sorry. I can pay the bills. Joanne, though, this is all for East Umatilla Fire and Rescue, right?
well, it comes that way, yes,
Okay.
the end of. Things that we need to show you.
So if that's the case, I shouldn't be asking you guys.
here. Where we found here. This is King's Corner.
This falls under fire and rescue.
Except this one is split because it's Mill Street. This one is split because it's Mill Street. The rest of them are fine.
Okay. Are we on Mill Street or are we on Bannister?
Well, according to them, we're on Mill.
Alrighty.
Maybe the meter faces Mill Street.
Gosh, kind of weird.
So I guess we need to approve the power bill for split. We can't really approve these.
No, we approve. Does Chris approve all of these for,
She just looks at them before she comes.
okay, okay. I'm just looking at them.
The reason why that Mill Street address exists when the building was being built, the job shack parallel to Mill Street. So they chose that as the address to have different UPS deliveries to that spot. We've gone through probably 3 or 4 times trying to, between Google and Pacific Power and Cascade Natural Gas, to get our address changed correctly to 202 Bannister, but it's an ongoing process, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, we still though, we approve paying our bills, which really all of our bills roll up into the IGA.
Okay.
Treasurer's report, good. And we'll pay
Okay.
the bills.
Payment of bills is.
I move we pay the bills.
All right, good job, Chris. Thank you.
That doesn't work.
So should it be reworded as just paying the IGA as opposed to paying the bills?
Well, that's, it's.
Oh,
I know, it is.
I have a motion on the floor, by Chris. Is there a second?
I'll second it. Well, I guess my question, we can pay
That's
the
it.
bills, but my question is there monies in the IGA that are not quote unquote bills that we still should be approving?
That
The
would be
payment of?
my question too. All right, let's handle the motion first, and we'll come back to your question.
Yeah,
I promise.
sorry.
So, I have a motion to approve payment of bills. I have a second by Mark. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I'm sure. Sorry, this motion passes, but go ahead, Mark, go ahead.
I'm just curious if there's other dollars in the IGA that are not deemed as bills that would still need to be approved for payment every month.
Well, basically, we have one IGA check, that's our bill to the fire district. And then we have whatever random stuff gets billed directly to us, like I assume our tactical billing comes to us, is that right? Probably some insurance once a year, Brad Adams,
So just clarification on my part, and paying the bills is covering paying the IGA as well.
yes.
Okay,
And are we doing that every month? We're making a payment every month on the IGA.
Yeah. So basically, we paid for last, we get to the end of the month, Joanne runs the accounts, we pay our actual month for the amount for the previous month.
Andy or Joanne, if the board's, maybe we should clarify that, like payment of the IGA for the previous month or something like that. To me, it's confusing, but.
I mean, if paying the bills encompasses all of it, I'm fine with that.
Okay,
But it is never in the months that I've been here, has never really been clarified. So I just had the question.
Today.
So,
okay.
Especially when looking at the bills and there's some split, fire versus medic. I just want clarification.
Okay. All right, moving on. Public comment. Do we have any public?
Sherry wants to say something.
Sure.
Hi, Sherry.
So Sherry's a guest. We need to make sure we get her up here. Okay. All right. Are we ready to do this, Christine?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so we had on the next one, I'm moving on to adding Andrew Fornell to the EO bank account. Bank brought the wrong form, but Christine has made modifications. So I will read that. East Umatilla County Ambulance Area Health
District.
District has Crystal Werland, Christine Herb. As signers is Dave.
And Dave Beatty.
Dave Beatty as signers of the bank, the Eastern Oregon checking account ending in 0795. Bank of Eastern Oregon account will have the following signers going forward: Dave Beatty, Andrew Fornell, and Christine Herb, and Crystal Werland. Management admin will remain with Dave Beatty. Link to this cash management is a saving account, Ron Kilmer Scholarship. Oh, I don't know. No, we don't need
I
that.
don't think
This
that's,
is something
I think
else.
that's for the.
Sorry. So is there any questions or comments? And so what we need is we need a motion to approve Andrew Fornell to as a signer of the Bank of Eastern Oregon checking account.
I move that we add Andrew for now to the checking account.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes, and we will update this form, and so Andrew can put it right in check.
Not too many.
And I'll do this for Dave, don't run out of
And
money.
what she'll need is just the minutes with this information.
So that everybody's aware, the board has, I'm pretty sure both boards has a rule that we have a dual signature on the checks that go through the bank. But technically speaking, the bank will still cash a check that only has one signature on it. And very rarely, I think maybe 2 or 3 times, I think, since I've been here, there's been a check that's gone through with just one signature. So we make, as Greg can attest, we make every strong effort to get a second signature on everything.
Okay, now repayment of scholarships, is that Dave or Andrew?
That was, so we found a signed piece of paper with Mr. Font on it. That we can go and ask him to repay that, or however you want to word that, ask, demand repayment or scholarship for this paramedic.
Discussion.
Sounds pretty straightforward. Sounds like you got a job to do.
And Andrew, what was that amount?
I don't know the exact.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
And are you taking care then of that letter and what needs to go out?
Yeah, I'll take care of that.
Okay.
I'll more likely want to consult our.
Yeah, there's definitely a process. So
Let's go ahead and I guess, I don't know if we need a motion, but I guess. It's not a, well, I guess it is a board action. So yeah, let's go ahead.
But it's already a standing policy, so I
Oh,
don't
that's
think
true.
we need a
Okay.
board action.
Okay. So moving on, any more old business? Yes, Mark,
Nope.
Andrew,
I used the credit card the other day to pick up that printer scanner copier to the office. Apparently we only have one fax line, is that right?
Right.
So we're using that fax machine. Fax from.
Are you saying we still send faxes?
Believe it or not, they're considered a secure mobile. If it's followed, it's actually good, but I'm going to be taking. But yes, it's still considered a secure. Oh, that's pretty communication.
Okay,
We do we talked about encrypted email for sending out, HIPAA protected information, health protected information, and another way to do it is fax. The cost to get encrypted email is much more expensive than a fax machine. So there's a form that you can fax with, that saying if this, it does not apply to you, please destroy it immediately. So there's ways to, this is just another option that I deployed to send stuff out, because like I've had to want reports, patients that have either passed or burdens for information.
thank you, Andrew. Moving on to new business, monthly equipment status, monthly safety status. Dave or Andrew, whichever.
The one of the 260 Medic 62 had a tire issue. Well, actually, at first we thought that it was a driveline issue, but what we found out after the ambulance actually sat at a location who they assured us that they would take care of it. It sat for 7 days. No one touched it. It had dead batteries, the full out order. The batteries were, in Mill's terms, tired anyway. We got the ambulance back. I'm sorry, long story. We replaced 2 tires. It's in service.
Okay.
That was a reduced version.
Andrew?
Tires.
Unfortunately, they were
No, anything you want to add? I don't know.
$20 a piece.
There is one thing, the Lucas, which is our device that does compressions. The cord broke, so that's a $700 item that we're gonna have to replace. But the frequency that we use it is we change the battery. Find another alternate way to build that in.
How are our auto lifts doing?
Tremendous.
Okay, so good.
They keep us off of one back injury, 801. They are worth the money. So I love them to death.
Okay.
They're expensive, but
What they're doing.
Okay, anything else on that topic? Okay, IGA with Pendleton. So, maybe we should just touch on the ambulance portion of it. Would you like to do that?
Yeah, you can touch on that and then we can get into the rest of it.
So we just talked briefly, we kind of touched the medical part, not rehash it. We'd wait for the fire service meeting and go through the bulk of it. Did you? I guess I wasn't really prepared for that.
For the
IGA.
Oh, I can lead that, that's fine.
Go for it.
You wanna do it now?
Yeah, I mean, what's pertinent to the ambulance,
Well,
if there's anything.
I'm gonna say it's all pertinent to the ambulance. Cause if both boards aren't supporting the IGA, then it's kind of a dead end for me. It's either everybody's in or nobody's in. I did have a good chat with Chief Parati today. He answered a couple questions. Mainly the first one was the cost. I had a little more impression that there might be some wiggle room in the cost. He assured me that there was not any wiggle room in the cost. And so, when I ran some rough numbers between having a position, paying for Jensen and Spratling, having Joanne do stuff, we were into it about 80 to 85,000 a year total. The IGA was set for 100,000, so it is more. What we talked about today was there's kind of the accounts payable wasn't part of the IGA. The IGA is specifically around payroll and HR. We talked a little bit about accounts payable, but that would be in addition depending on how much time it was. And so the Chief Parati had to do a little more digging on to see what it would cost to do, like how many hours a week. You know, if it was 4 or 5 hours a week, he thought initially, I don't want to put words in his mouth, that they could absorb that into the IGA as it was written. If it was 20 plus hours a week, we gotta kind of blow up and look at something else there. So that's kind of, there's some more stuff that needs to come around on the what is included in the IGA. So he's got to do a little more research. I don't know if this is a good time to put Sherry on the spot or if she knows any of that stuff.
So I reviewed the IGA today. I did notice that we were missing some items. The one that I was given, now I'm not 100% sure it was the most recent one that was given to you guys. Does anybody have a copy of it?
I do.
I think I have the latest one, but I would not guarantee that.
And there's also some verbiage in the IGA that needs to get reworked also. So, but regarding the services, it's fairly straightforward. This IGA was modified off an existing IGA, which I think there's some standard, there was some language that was left over from the previous one.
That is correct. So that first, number one will need to be.
Yep.
Worded, or the chief wanted you guys to do the wording.
Yep.
He wanted it to be like, you wanted it to be, because you would have a chief here as well. So
Yeah.
that is.
So we would just basically rewrite this first bullet number one. I can't even. This one. Because this fits with a 1 and 2 fit with a different IGA. Yeah. So, but the rest of the language does seem like it would be fairly applicable. Is that?
Yeah, I definitely had number one highlighted.
Do you have a suggestion on one? I could just type it in here.
No. I could think about that.
I would say 4 probably needs to be.
I'm wondering under mutual obligations, I know that the dollar amount per month, administrative, is that referring to,
The chief,
is that what it is? Okay.
he'd be the administrative side of it, and then human resources, administrative and HR kind of run together. The idea was, that, the chief could help provide an additional level to staff. And we have, because with the negotiations that are going on here, it's gonna be, my understanding is that'll be a part of the IAFF local Pendleton one, correct? And so that will help, it will help with some of the issues. If there's a union issue, it'll be brought to currently Jared, and they would then be able to go through the chief. So he's the step before it gets to me, which is generally how it's done in an organization, is that it runs through the chief before you involve human resources, unless it's strictly, I need help with my insurance benefits, that. That's the chief's fault. HR, right? But he's that step before if there's any problems with the contract, there's any issues with personnel. Runs through the chief before it gets to.
So that's not eliminating our responsibility of our medic, admin or Dave.
Correct.
I mean, it's still, anything that's going on still will be decided among these two
Absolutely. But if they need
individuals.
help, they can reach out to the chief, they can reach out to me, they can have a situation going on.
Okay, okay.
That's just something we're unfamiliar with. Or something.
That's correct, yeah, if you come across something.
And Christine, the word we're hoping for. Andy and I could sit down with whoever or whatever and stop something from advancing up, because if we can take care of things in-house, that's always preferred. Solve at the lowest one.
Here, it was always the chain of command, you solve problems at the lowest level, if it's between you and a coworker, you need to figure it out, you need to take it to your supervisor. And if there's a problem, if that can't be figured out at that level, it goes then to the chief. And then.
No, yeah.
But that's always been, it's always true.
I was getting tripped up because of number one and thinking, and then I was like, wait a minute. I mean, so.
One definitely needs to be.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. Okay.
I get tight.
And number four, like you said, I think needs definitely reworked. I have number 5 highlighted, and the only reason being is that we would provide office space, administrative equipment, copier, I mean.
It would just be if you needed us to come over, let's say during negotiations to help out for, because I'm involved in all the negotiations on the city side, and so it's nice to have new resources. I can do market surveys, those kind of things. If I need to come over and sit down with the chief and Andy and say, hey, where are you guys looking at? What are
Don't have to worry about it.
Awesome, okay. Not that we have to have an office
I
that
had a lot
is
of questions.
closed off.
Where we
Yeah.
did it.
Okay.
It's just the space available if we.
Okay.
Salvation.
So let's say there was an investigation and you wanted an outside source and you asked me to come out and do it, let's say. Because I'm not a member of the organization, it's a non-biased opinion, right? So I could come out and do an investigation and create a unbiased outside source so that nobody can say, well, so-and-so's getting favoritism.
Sounds good, all right.
So
I'm wondering under number 7, why it has that every year in March.
I think that was just.
Okay.
So you could choose.
When we're gonna do that, okay, I was like, what does March have to do with anything, so, okay. So,
I would lean towards March. Cause like, if we hypothetically did this, that'd give us a 6-month checkpoint-ish. And then we'd be going right into a new fiscal year. And
Okay, 3 months.
and I'm okay with that, I was just like, why March?
so I backed up to 4 and 5, and I'll happily put different language in there if you'd like.
I think we're gonna need to, but I don't know that I'm prepared to do that tonight. And I guess I would also like Chris to be a part of that.
You know, wait for
Yeah, we can send this back out. I just, at least if we had some stuff in there, we could.
I haven't seen it at all.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Is there any more?
Now I am.
Christine, anything more?
Personnel management, for example, but not limited to new employees, orientation benefits, personal issue, just disciplinary issues, that's just if it gets elevated to you guys.
if you need help writing letters,
Okay,
they do that.
okay. Assistant to the fire chief, responsibilities, policies, procedures. Administer the current policies, procedures. Are you guys following our I mean, we're not,
Yes, where you're not, so the understanding, correctly, was that we did want to fall under, because City of Pendleton uses, the fire department uses Lexipol as well. And so, but they pay for the subscription upgrade. You guys purchased it and then have just been amending it as you go along. And so we would help administer those current policies.
okay.
And not pull you in under ours.
And the last thing that I have is number 8, just when the contract will go into effect is gonna need to be adjusted.
I have a couple of things I'd like to add into the payroll responsibilities and the administration and human resources responsibilities. We forgot to add in the W-2s processing.
Right there.
Oh, so the version I have doesn't have, and that's why I was wondering.
Okay.
So, and then workers' comp, unless you want to be responsible of safe audits.
Does that go under?
No, we would like you guys to do that.
Well, I have done it.
Is that under payroll? Is that under?
It's under, it would be under, payroll, and then just whether or not you would like me to have people on filing work. If they are, or would you want that in-house? That's my other question.
We would love for you to do that.
How do I word that?
Just put it under,
You can't comment on my typing skill.
I always type worse when people are watching.
Workmen's, is that how it's, that doesn't look right. Workers, oh, of course it is, workers.
And then do you guys do Bureau of Labor Statistics reporting every month? The number of employees that you have and how many of them are women
Annually,
annually?
I've turned that annually.
It's annually, okay. Will you continue to do that?
We don't want to.
Then you'll need to put,
I don't have a keyword for it right now, or else I'd hunt and peck my way right through that.
the Bureau of Labor and Statistics reporting.
Go, Christine, go.
Labor statistics.
And then you'll need to put, if you want me to do the workers' compensation reporting and do the conversations with, SAFE. We did the workers' compensation under the. Because there's 2 sides to that.
I don't know what to do here.
I'm just trying to show stuff I've never seen before.
So add something to workers' compensation.
No, highlight that and copy it and put it down under admin and human resources as well, right? But not the labor bureau.
I know, but I can't just grab one thing.
Oh.
We're just typing over.
Or just type it again.
It's gonna be faster to type it.
I don't think so. But can we get back with the verbiage and maybe hand this out to everybody with some of these additions and then?
Are there responsibilities around retirement funds and that sort of thing?
So you'll be through PERS, and that's a process through PERS is through payroll.
But I assume somebody has to do that, right?
Yeah, it's part of the payroll process.
So when that says process payroll, that in your mind covers it?
It covers the, paying the taxes, paying all the payroll related bills, so if there's any, retirement benefits that somebody has, that they're paying contributions to that part of the payroll process. Anything that's going on payroll is part of that. payroll
Insurance.
process. So insurance
all.
covers.
So like their supplemental insurance, all of that is.
All those could be, so there's the payroll liability, they get processed after the payroll's done. They're gonna do checks, either ACH or checks and an office payment. I do have on there the insurance department, casualty liability and health, meaning we're under my side of it. That would be contacted, working with Michael Corey as they did in the past, making sure that we go over what the rate increases are, if there are any, what that looks like, workers' compensation, what's the experience modification. And then the health side of working with the health insurance company of getting the new rates, getting the information out to staff, that kind of stuff. And then helping staff enroll if they need any changes, additions.
Who on Pelton side needs to have access to this document, like to edit it or whatever? You and the chief, and is that it?
Probably Josh Ernst in our finance department. He's a
I'll look and see if, I don't have SharePoint set up, but I'll look and see if there's a way we can stick it on there and then just invite you guys and then you all run up one.
Well, I don't mind doing the track changes, because if once Matt sends us
But
that,
it responds on email or relies on email and not anybody.
right,
does
you
it.
wanna do the more Teams live update.
Where people just click a link and then they can see it that way, we just have one copy
Okay.
instead of.
And
multiple.
we all have lessons, so.
And Matt, on the payables, we had mentioned that we were gonna not move forward with that, but I would love to see what the additional cost would be.
I don't have
And that's all right,
it.
yeah,
We will need to know how long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that might be a question for, it's quite possible. So,
Let's wrap this up for the health board anyway right now. Anything else?
no,
Okay, and, because we approved that you're on the docket now and the chief's gonna update us during the fire part and you're gonna update us. No offense, Dave, I'm not trying to overlap you.
No. Well, we got the chief report. Any
Mhm.
questions on that chief report?
So
Sorry, Dave.
you hired a new,
Yes,
part-time paramedic?
yes.
That's cool.
Travis Zimmerman. And we
So,
also have a new EMT, Colby Hanses. He just passed his EMT the other day. So we have another individual that we can put part-time. So we're actually getting more and more people. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, I'm just asking, do you consider us fully staffed? For what we can afford, do you consider us?
Well, from what I'm understanding from the budget, and this is, I don't know where. I talked to the chief Brody and he said that the budget showed that it would support Dave and I in the admin roles and then having another person hired on as a president full time. I don't know if that's the case, so, there's been a lot of other things I've been dealing with and that's one thing I haven't really seen, but that was my understanding. If we had a few more part-time people, just because you call one person, I can't make it, call another person, they might be able to make it. So I'm looking for a few more part-time, just to fill in roles as needed, just because that really does make a difference, especially Travis lives on the west side of Oregon, so it takes him a little bit to get over here. So if we have a call out, I'll fill it, but he may be like, I'll make it or won't make it, so has to. If it's like a 2-day stand, it makes more sense for him to come over for 2 days.
Sure.
But he's making things work for us really well. I would look for a couple more part-time people, but we're getting pretty close to where I would be more comfortable.
Chief B.
There's
Any
not
ambulance
much,
kind of things you want to talk about?
there's not much of. And if these folks that Andrew just brought on, we're paying for uniforms, there's not that much as far as our costs, other than their wages and workman's comp and some other small things like that, so there's not as much of a stress with that, but we do have to buy them, or we have to provide them with structural PPE and wildland PPE, so there are costs, ancillary costs that add up. We just have to kind of keep track of them, but for the most part, I really do agree with Andy. We're pretty close to maximum on the staffing for the medic. We could probably take 1 or 2 more part-timers, but in a sense, there's a voice that I hear saying you can't have too many part-timers. You can't have too many people to call and say, hey, would you like to pull a shift? You can't have too many, but You gotta be realistic at some point.
Do you have to hire him as a firefighter? Can you hire him just as a straight paramedic?
Well,
We can.
I mean, that would save.
you can hire them in a single role if that's, yeah, you can.
Yeah,
Just know you can't apply a 7K exemption if they don't have firefighter responsibilities.
Which means you have to work them after 40 hours. 41 is OT, or 8 hours and another hour per day is OT.
Okay.
Right, we've been in this limbo stage until the actual CBA is done, and then we'll know what the low rate is.
thanks for the clarification.
Anything from the two of you?
No, I spoke too much.
Business from the board, I guess I'll start with Christine since she has something specific.
Yeah, so just Dave and I are working closely together. Dave pulled off because I wasn't available, but a 9/11, a barbecue. I think we came together like on a Monday. 9/11 was on Thursday, had a little bit of a barbecue. We're going to be working on Fire Safety Week, that we're going to get our elementary school, possibly a fire truck over at the elementary school. The middle school kids will tour the fire station. And if there's a way that we're able to get our high school involved, we're going to do that as well. And kind of a twofold. Like when Dave and I were talking, I was like, we need to start recruiting these kids when they're in diapers to be firefighters, paramedics, whatever. And so if we're not in the schools and we're not continuing to be there and courting them and giving them a reason, we're never going to build that base. So super excited. We've come up with a couple maybe quarterly activities that we're going to work on as well. So just doing things a little different.
I'm just really thankful for Kristen's community because it's just a lot. I can't say it. I mean, like, I'm sorry, so sophomore, but it's just a lot. So Christine jumping in the middle of everything, grab it on, and try to make things happen. It's pretty tremendous. One thing to keep in mind: September might not be a busy month for us because Fire Prevention Week is always this second week in October to commemorate the 1871 fire in Chicago. So September we'll always be planning, and we're going to do for Fire Prevention Week. There's also September 11th, and there's also, we should probably choose, we did a slow move in this building. We should probably choose when our anniversary is for this building. I personally think September 1 is pretty close because last year, the last month or the last week of August, we started moving things up here. So I think we could call it September 1, and then we should celebrate the building and the fact, the way that we got it, and maybe we do it in conjunction with September 11th. I don't know. It's just there's a lot going on. There could be a lot.
Dave and I are just going to kind of stay on that. I also want to just give a shout out to Mark and Shauna and Sugar Shack because for 9/11, we did thank you cards to the entire staff, including volunteers that had a gift certificate, and Sugar Shack matched the dollar amount that we were getting. And then we did a couple little like scratch tickets for everybody. So again, just a thank you. Not everybody has them yet because we were short on a couple things. So if you didn't get one yet, you will. So thank you, Mark and Shauna.
And lastly, since we're a district, we can do things like that, and it's really quite cool. You can't at a municipality. Can't do it. So this is kind of neat. This is unique. And it's one of the ways we can set ourselves apart. So I don't think it's a bad thing.
Any more business from the board? Chris?
Nothing here.
Just real quick on Andy's report. I don't know, Andy. I've called you Andy forever. I'm not going to call you Andy. He had on there removing the water fountain and I believe repairing one of the locks on the building in Athena. I thought the board had talked about removing that water fountain once before it's broken. It probably needs to come out. But I don't think that you were in this position when it was discussed. Because I just swore we talked about it once before.
We did.
Anyway.
We
I think
did.
it has been talked about. I think.
But I mean, yeah, I don't know if we need to approve, give the blessing to have that done.
I thought we did.
planning on, and I guess I can speak on this, with a different hat, we're planning on pulling the carpet out probably in the next few weeks. And so if we can get that taken out before we rip up all the carpet and put new flooring in, that front area, that'd probably be better, so we're not accidentally dropping an old water fountain on new flooring. So just throwing that out there if it's possible to get that taken off.
So what do we need? I mean, do we?
Hire a handyman or
I
what do
mean,
you?
I assume that there's gonna need to be some wall repair behind it, is that?
I don't have any idea. I'm certain the water is shut off to it. So it's just a matter of capping pipes and
You can take care of it. We'll figure it out.
cover it up. So, but
We can find somebody to do it.
But he had it on the report, so I didn't know if we needed to give her blessings, but
What was in the minutes, Mark? I remember when we talked about it.
We did,
And
we
I
did.
thought I don't know if we approved it. I thought.
I thought we had approved it.
I just would request that we can make whatever the payment is, could you consider paying it from the LGIP building fund rather than your own fund? Because there's money that the medic district puts aside for building repairs to maintain the money that's in the general fund. I would just suggest that.
What was that? What was the name of that again, Dave?
It's the LGIP building fund, and the medic has, well, there's two numbers here, but it has at least 36,000 in it.
Well, and I think I remember something where we're gonna work the deal on the rent.
That was for the carpet.
yeah, when we tear out the carpet.
Yeah, we already approved that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that was all. I know it was on there. And it really kind of.
I don't.
Do we need to vote
I
on
mean, if
having
you
that
feel better, we
repair?
can do them, but I could
I
ask.
don't have to. I just want to make sure that we all saw that. And
Not that.
We're okay with it.
I would think so.
Okay.
Okay.
There's no significant cost.
Okay,
Okay,
Christine,
I'm good.
okay. No other business from the board. I will entertain a motion to adjourn the Medic 400 meeting for September 18th.
So moved.
Motion
Second.
by Chris, second by Mark. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion passes. Meeting adjourned at 19:23.